Hey guys, welcome back to First Play, the show where we struggle with rules, flip tables. I lose miserably sometimes.
Hey, you won both
I won
games
twice
week.
last
Now,
time.
wait a minute.
Sometimes I put sometimes in there. Anyways, Ivan's back joining
Hey,
us
guys.
today. Shelby's here, Mike, me, John. And today we're going to play Caylus 1303 by Space Cowboys, Yiki Kaye, which is really a revamp of Caylus, which is one of the original worker placement games you were saying?
From 2019 when the game was released. 14 years prior to that, they did Caylus.
14 years in our time, not Caylus time.
2005.
Okay, so this is a 14-year-old game that's been revamped.
It's been redone to modern standards, and 14 years added to the setting of 1298 before comes up with 1303.
Yeah, well, okay.
Or, yeah, something of that nature.
Okay.
1299. Math in there somewhere.
Math. Anyway.
And so yes, it is a rework of an much older game, 14-year-old game, streamlined, made modern.
All right, made modern in I guess I don't know what components.
I never played the original. Some people I've heard, say that the original had different ways of doing certain things.
Okay.
There was money in the old game. There's no money in this game.
There's been some mechanical changes in addition to sprucing
but
up.
the theme of what you're doing is the same.
Okay.
You're still going up a road trying to build buildings and build the king's palace and things like that. So the theme it's kind of light, but theme-wise, but
all right,
the sense of what you're trying to do is the same.
We decided to usually we do the setup and then start filming. However, part of the setup here is picking our characters. And you got how many out of how many?
There's 12 characters in the game.
Yeah. And we randomly drew 2, 4, 6, 7.
12 different characters, and you take players plus 3. So
okay,
because each player, starting with the player that goes last in the turn, and by the way, Ivan's the first player.
Okay.
It takes a character that they get to use, and once all 4 of us have taken one, the other 3 will go in a tableau up there to become available as part of the King's Favor, which we will discuss later.
Okay.
So it's necessary for everybody to understand the 7 different characters. And you get to pick one to start with, and it may or may not stay with you.
Okay, so I'm going to go down the sequence here and read all of them so that everybody knows what the heck we're dealing with here. First up is the delivery man. You can deliver bundles at the construction site without placing a worker there, but you deliver last. Again, a lot of this is Greek, but
bundles are referring to delivering bundles here.
So it sounds like you get a free delivery action every turn, but you do it last. If you already have one worker at the construction site, you can provide a certain number of bundles, then add more with the delivery man once the other players have made their decision. The total number of bundles and the position of your worker are taken into account for determining who gets the favor, whatever that means.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the delivery man.
So if you'd like me to cover that rule real quick.
Sure.
Bundle refers to one food and 2 other resources that cannot be duplicated. So you need 3 different resources, of which one must be a food.
Okay.
If you place a worker, you're the first one to place here. You place at the construction site. If you're the second person, the same. And then when it comes down to resolving the actions which go up the road, the last action to resolve is the construction site. Depending on how many bundles you're delivering, when you place a worker there, you can deliver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you feel like you want to try to deliver. You deliver as many as you can. Everybody else delivers behind you. And ties are broken normally by the first person. If that's 1 bundle and 1 bundle and 1 bundle, this person gets the king's favor. However, the advantage of that might be you put 1 bundle down and you have the capability
and then you add
of doing
bundles,
more.
Yeah.
Some people might not chase after that and try to do it because at the very end of selection, you get to place a bundle down and end up with the king's favor. You could also do it in the second or third position to break ties.
Right. So the favor goes to the person with the most.
The king's favor generally means that you either take whatever is appropriate to the turn number. You can take that resource, 4, 5, or 6. You can take any of those. 6, 7, 8, or 9 turn. You can take any of those, and you get to take one of the other characters. You can have multiple characters with multiple abilities, or you can forget all those and you can steal somebody else's character. So that's what the King's Favor is good for. And by the way, this first location gives you a King's Favor for a wood.
All right. Next up is the Journeyman, which happens to be a woman, but okay. I think that's unisex. Once per round, you can place a worker on a building occupied by another player's worker. The effect of your worker is activated after that of the worker already in place. So you get, it's not a bump, really.
So every site is occupiable by only one worker. These are multiple sites up here, but each one of those is one worker.
Sure.
So.
Okay. Journeyman, what is das? Das is...
The night worker?
Yeah, the night worker. When at least one other player has passed their turn, you can keep placing workers at no additional cost.
Okay, so first person that passes takes their house and places it here on the bridge. Every other player that wants to place a worker after that pays an extra worker to the worker pile. Puts one worker down and puts one in the worker pile.
Oh.
So the first person can determine how expensive it is to place workers after they pass. So if you own that one and you happen to be after the pass, you can keep going at the single worker. You don't pay the extra one. Very advantageous for this position down here.
Okay. The goldsmith. Once per round, if you deliver a bundle containing at least one gold ingot at the construction site, you gain an additional 5 EPs, player points.
Prestige points are your victory points
for that bundle. Note the goldsmiths and the foreman's bonuses are cumulative. I don't know what the foreman does. Okay, fine.
If you have both characters.
Oh, yeah, because it says gain additional prestige points per bundle that you deliver at the construction site. Okay.
So I will mention something right now since you mentioned gold bars. Gold bars are the only form of after the game's over victory points. Period. If you didn't gain it during the game, this is the only other way you can get some extras. So spending them, and you need them for the prestige, for the
buildings.
The monuments.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. The bailiff. After all players have played stage E of the activation phase, Guild's Bridge, you may move the provost one step forward or backwards at no cost.
So I'll mention a provost rule. It's pretty simple here. Provost is moved by a number of different methods. There's move the provost 2 forward, 2 backward. You can spend meeples down here to move the provost if you want. Forward and backward, you can spend some of your workers when it comes when we resolve the bridge here. So the provost shuts off all resources after it.
Okay.
So if somebody's placed workers on all these positions and somebody moves them 1, 2, 3, these people don't get their stuff.
Fun.
So the provost
Is a jerk.
Yep. And depending on who's moving the provost, so there is this space you can take with a worker that allows you, but it resolves before you get to the bridge. Then there's the bridge, and then there's this guy. This guy can be waited, guy that owns this guy can wait till absolutely last and then go boom once or boom once.
Yeah.
So is it the number of arrows?
Correct.
Or how many movements? Okay.
So you can spend up to 3 workers to move the provost forward or backward. This one gives you plus or minus 1 or 2.
All right. Chamberlain seems kind of cool. All right. You can deliver bundles at the construction site without any resource constraints. For example, 3...
Yeah, instead of having
Wood?
to be 3 unique and 1 food, it can be 3 of anything. Much easier to deliver bundles.
Yep. And the steward. Gain 2 prestige points when another player places a worker on one of your buildings.
Yep. So when you build a building, you're going to end up placing markers, your houses above them. If somebody else uses it,
And you have the steward, you gain prestige points.
you normally gain 1, And then
But
if you have a
she
steward, you
plus-
gain 2.
So you do gain something no matter what.
Yes. Normally somebody.
Oh, so I get to pick first?
Yep.
Seeing as how I'm living the life of the independent business owner, I set my own hours, I do whatever I want, which means I work like a dog, I'll pick the night worker.
So the
True.
night worker was no extra meeples after him. That's a good one. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thematically going with like, this is a 12, well, not today, but yesterday was the 12-hour day in a row.
I don't recall the name, so I will go back and name it.
That's the thief.
No, that's
No,
the thief's
yeah.
out of the game.
Yeah.
The journeyman, once per round, you can place a worker on a building occupied by another player's worker.
It's like a bump, basically, but you don't.
You don't bump.
Yeah,
But you can go on a.
You get to
You
share.
can go
It's
on
a
an
share.
occupied space.
While she's thinking, so what does the king's favor do again? Like if you got that
Victory
first
points
one
for
down
one.
here.
Then it gets you
Well,
an extra character.
Yeah, this is
this is 5 points per bundle
okay.
delivered, not King's Favor. King's Favor is
Okay.
here.
But it's
That's the
something you
single for the King's Favor. So you gain the King's Favor, you get one of these,
Wherever you're at.
depending on where the turn marker is. You can take one of the characters if any are available, or negate both of those and
steal
take a
somebody's.
character from somebody else.
Okay.
It's interesting. There's a couple of like the thief is kind of one of those things that it's not in. So that's kind of
So basically, we're not playing with
five
of
different-
the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I
So
can I see the characters?
yeah,
Sorry.
and then put the other 3 on the board when you're done, and then we'll kick it off with
So this
how
moves
to play.
Provost.
What did you?
This
end up
gets
with?
extra.
Any
Right.
resources?
Any
What'd you get? Oh, you
the
can
any
trade
resource for a
in-
bundle? Yeah.
There's no
Well,
no unique.
it's 5
prestige.
prestige points. So
Yeah, yeah.
So and as you can see, each building has a certain amount of prestige points that they're worth. When you build it, you get those prestige points. So it's not at the end of the game what buildings you own. It's
the
when you
prestige
build
points
it.
you have collected by the end.
So delivering bundles is obviously worth a lot more prestige points than building a building.
Right. Sure. Which I thought about taking the goldsmith, but gold bars are going to be hard to come by and worth a lot. So
Oh well, yeah, we'll see.
Well, you can't even get them right now
yeah.
because it's a stone building that
Right.
you have to build the
You gotta
stone.
trade in
You have to build the stone.
Food and stone.
Yeah,
Is that what you gotta do?
I will.
Yeah, it's
I
starting.
will-
It's starting to click.
Yeah, it's the mechanics. Once you understand the iconography, is pretty simple. It's the decision making that gets.
Like always, limited availability of space and figuring out what the best. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the delivery man.
Okay, so you get to
I
deliver
get to
one
do-
after everybody
Yeah,
else.
one free one after everybody else, but I can still do the regular mechanics.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So you can trump somebody else's lead in the
Yeah.
bundle department. Okay, so, and by the way, once I go through what we're doing, the only player's aid at this point is on the back of the rule book.
That's
There's
fine.
would have been nice to have had maybe a little one printed out, but they didn't. You notice there's no cards in this game and no
Yeah.
dice.
Right.
I suppose you
all
could
the-
copy that. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say like the back side of it.
or
could
see if
be-
there's
Okay.
a PDF version on.
Yeah.
So we'll the first thing we'll do is obviously discuss the victory is the person at the end of the 9th round and final scoring that has the most prestige points, which are over there. Prestige points are kept face down in your player pool, so nobody knows unless they
Yeah.
want photographic memory or some sort of try to
right.
remember what people are doing. All other resources that you have must remain face up in front of people. And the limiting factor exists for houses and workers. You have your worker pool in the encampment, plus your workers that you start with, and those houses. If you run out, you run out. So in building your buildings and doing things with your buildings, that's a finite. These resources, which are wood, food, gold bars, stone, and cloth, are infinite. So if we have to make proxy markers or count somehow
Gotcha.
other way, resources don't run out. So out here on the board and adjacent to it, you have a starting spot of resolving actions, which is going to start here. And you have some pre-printed buildings that have certain effects. And by randomizing the starting buildings in what order they go, we put them here and one up here. So these are the starting buildings here. First thing I'll mention about starting buildings is they are reversible. Okay, so it is possible by using the residence, build a residence function right here, which requires cloth, which we don't start with, to, when you resolve it, pay your cloth, put a building up here. When it comes around and is done and all the resources are resolved, this building will flip over. It will still be your residence if you did this action, but now that resource is no longer available to be gotten by anybody, and during the turn sequence you get an additional meeple. So all of these starting buildings have the exact same thing on the back. So when they get canceled, you get to designate, in other words, turned into a residence, you get to designate it this way, and that resource is gone. So that's this function on the second one down here, by the way. The first one I mentioned already is pay a wood to get the king's favor.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one is pay a cloth, roll a cloth, to turn a building into a residence. And so when you come along and you do that, you put your marker on it, and when everything else is done and we get up to the resolving end of the turn, you will then flip it, and it will be your building, and you will get that bonus.
But you'll get that resident every turn?
Every time we resolve this green this green banner.
Okay.
So you can see the banners resolve. So it resolves. It doesn't resolve. It doesn't turn into an absence of a resource until after we start resolving up here, because you don't want to have.
But then every turn after that, it still resolves again.
Yeah, it resolves again, because you will restock every turn your meeples in some fashion. You will get a bonus meeple for doing that. So there are the starting buildings. Then we have wooden buildings, which are the golden wood colored. The tiles have in the left-hand corner, upper left-hand corner, the resource requirement in order to build them. In order to build them, you have to go to one of the build a wood building symbols, which is this symbol and this symbol. There's only two of them. This one obviously can vanish.
Yeah.
So permanently in the game, there is a build a wood building. Okay. So your meeple resolves as the third one here. You build a wood building. You pay the cost. You put it in the next spot on the road, the next blank spot, and put your house above it. You are the owner of that business. Okay. You can't decide to put it way out here. You have to do the next one in an order. So they're the same on the other side. Those
don't flip.
Those don't flip.
This is not the same on the other side.
Well, there's probably an advanced.
That's rules.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just curious.
in any case, be aware that you can't build a stone building until you build the building that builds a stone building, which is the stonemason. And you can't build gold bars until you build the stone building that builds gold bars. So there's a little bit of a chain reaction of technology, so to speak, on this. So that's what we have out here. And we have monuments. Now, monuments are built on residences.
So you need to have it a residence first.
You have to have a residence with your building on it, and then you pay the cost, and it's up here on the blue at the end of the turn. You resolve it, you pay the cost, and you put that there and score the appropriate prestige points. But it can only be done on a residence that you own.
You score those prestige points every
Immediately.
Or just
No,
once?
one time only on those.
That's a ton of prestige points if it was every turn, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a one-time. When you build a building, you get that many prestige points when you build it immediately. Or any other effect like the 5 that's up there.
And that's per bundle delivered, right? That 5.
Yes. Okay, so turn order, playing the game.
Ivan starts, right?
You have planning. Players place their workers. So you have a limited supply of workers. And if you look towards the end down there, you're going to, of the end of the turn track, you'll realize that you do not restock very many workers per turn. 3, I believe.
So
We're a 4-player.
so we get three.
3 and 2 at 5.
That's five.
Okay,
Five players. So
plus question
we're-
mark, whatever that is.
The bonus workers you might have
Oh, okay.
for effect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you only get 3 workers back every turn. Now, there's other ways to get workers.
Is that a stone for 4 workers?
It is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, okay. So keep in mind that during the planning phase, you can only put out there the worker pool that you have in front of you. And keep in mind that you're only going to get 3 back guaranteed. That's it. Now, there's other use for workers, which we'll get into, and I've mentioned a couple spots like this one right here for moving the provost or provost, whatever. So, planning phase. In turn order, we go around until you pass. Okay? When you pass in the planning phase, you move your building up to the next spot that's vacant. And everybody except a certain individual. Did anybody take that? You did. That's right. Anybody that places a worker after the first one pays an extra worker. The extra worker goes into the encampment. The single worker still goes on the tile that you want to use.
But if you pass, you can no longer place, correct?
Correct.
So I wouldn't be the one passing and screwing everybody up, going, yeah, I passed first turn. Okay, now keep playing. Makes sense. Once I pass, I pass. I get it.
Everybody has the same option to pass, whether they want to do it first or pay the appropriate extra cost. Except you don't have to pass because you're still only going to pay.
Right, but what I'm getting at is if I pass, I can no longer place workers.
Correct.
Right, so it doesn't do me any good to pass to make you guys pay more.
It would if you just want us to pay more, but you're not getting your advantage in.
Correct. Yes. Anyway, so that's the pass action for planning, and you can plan afterwards up to the limit of your meeples, recognizing that it's going to cost more.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the activation. The placed workers are activated, and you start from here, and you follow the track all the way up to there.
Or to the provost.
Well, you follow the track for activation all the way up through here. Resource gathering stops at the provost.
So just resource gathering. Okay.
This still comes into play
Mm-hmm.
because it's the king's favor. You're building the castle up here. So this is then played, and then you go down the sequence of the tiles right here, activating the various necessity of doing so. And then the turn ends and it advances. Okay.
These were random as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't belong to anybody. You know, so
Yeah,
no house
I
spots.
see that. I just didn't know if there was a set tile that goes there.
No. So activation goes this way. So the iconography of activation is fairly straightforward, which is really nice. This obviously is pay a stone, get 4 additional workers.
Oh.
But that doesn't help you during the planning phase. It's only going to help you on the next turn.
Right.
So pay a worker to get any
whatever
form of resource.
yeah.
Pay a worker to get any form of resource. Pay any form of resource to get 3 workers.
Yep.
Gain a food, gain a stone, gain a wood, gain 2 cloth rolls, gain 2 food and a cloth roll.
Actually,
Oh no, that's
those are supposed to be on the other side
That's,
when they're placed in setup. The back side is the setup.
There we go.
Side, yeah. If that was played as a built it would be different.
Then,
what I
because
There we
there's
go.
points on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
there we go. Yep, those are that way.
Yeah.
So turn these 2 over. Okay.
Yes.
Good catch. So obviously, putting a worker out here to start the game when the provost is not going to be anywhere near it is kind of
Yeah.
somewhat foolish.
Unless you know you're going to move it that far, but
How can you? You can move it 2 and potentially 3 in a turn.
only 2,
That's
3,
5. 6 if you get this
6,
guy.
yeah.
If you get that guy,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
nobody has right now.
but that's a lot of workers you're
Yeah.
paying.
Yeah.
Well, this is 1 worker. This is 3 workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so delivery is this section up here. Contribute to the construction of the castle. And then there's stewardship, construct monuments, gain new workers. So that's the 4 steps, 9 rounds of which. Okay, so you cannot place a worker except for me. I can do it 1 time. You cannot place a worker where anybody else has placed a worker.
So Ivan leads and decides where he wants to block up something, except for Mike.
So when a worker is placed on a building constructed by another player, the latter player, the person that owns the building, immediately gets a prestige point.
Right.
That's after we.
Yeah.
That's after we
Or
have
2 if you've got this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is prohibited to place a worker on those 3 buildings up there, by the way. On the construction site, you can do it at any time that you feel like you're going to deliver a load.
You can put a worker there.
You can put a worker there. First one, obviously, there's only 5 spots for people to do so, and when it resolves, you can do as many. What? Okay, the first player to pass takes the first player tile. By the way, also.
Okay. So they're first player next time round.
Right. Buildings are activated. That's pretty simple. Moving the provost, we know about that. Guild's Bridge. I think we pretty much covered that. So you know what the starting buildings are. Should be able to figure out what the other buildings are by the iconography.
Yeah, they're a bit far away, but I'll have to figure it out. So.
Okay, so 5 points favor. You immediately take a character. You may favor. Take a character from another player or benefit from the effect of one of the 3 buildings. And if there's one, if there's 1 character left, you can take another.
So that resolves now?
No.
Yeah, that'll
When you deliver a bundle, I'm just going.
We're not
Oh,
even there.
re-emphasizing everything.
Right now, we're just planning everything. We'll put in.
Stewardship phase 4. You perform the following in the indicated order: residences. You do
Okay.
the residence conversion I was talking about, which is activated by this spot right here. Monuments, which is converting residents into monuments, and recruitment. Each player takes 3 workers, and 1 worker for each residence that you own. 2 workers if they constructed the garden. 1 food if they constructed the granary. 1 cloth if they constructed the factory. Those are benefits that you can see that are additional benefits. They're in the iconography of the gold.
Yeah.
What is it? Octagon circle.
They all want gold.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
monuments
so
are gold.
basically-
At the end of the turn, the provost is moved to just before the last constructed building, disregarding the stone building that's
So
already on the
where
road.
it is right now, unless somebody builds,
That's
it's where
correct.
it's going to
It-
stay.
Well, as soon as somebody builds a building here,
At the end of the
Yeah.
turn.
at the end of the
Right.
turn, they would move there.
Unless somebody builds something, that's
Well,
where it's going to stay.
You better be building. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
Move the round marker and go. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, so I did my first placement. And then,
You don't pay now.
no.
Until we
This is strictly the planning phase
Yeah.
and what you want to do.
So then, shall.
Run this way.
Yeah, because he was last player.
Now,
so.
keep in mind, do not get trapped by the common mistake of planning to build a building
And not having the resources.
and the resources you want for it is after the.
Right. So you have to go with what you have now, which there are buildings that are built.
Well, once you do the.
So you're going to build. You're going to build, and I don't build. Okay, that's
Yep.
fine. So is that's the meeple I would pay?
You pay a meeple for any
So I have to pay
single
one more.
resource.
Get the
Or-
worker
oh,
You
there.
have to
mark-
put one in the camp.
Yeah, but he's talking from what's in front
Once
of
it's
him or the one
resolved,
that's
he's
on
get-
there.
he pays it. He's got a worker here. Once it's resolved, he pays one for anything.
Yeah. So
Well,
That's-
okay. So when you resolve a tile, these workers go to the camp. They don't come back to your hand.
okay, so
Yeah,
he
so
has
I
to pay
think,
an
yes, it's
additional
another
one,
one.
Correct.
or
Then no. Put me on the stone over here.
on stone.
I was like, that's better because I can pick
Right.
whatever I want, but
Yeah.
now I have to pay an additional to pick whatever
Yeah.
I want.
In addition to the one on
Yeah,
the
so
market.
that was the question. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Get back to me.
Yep.
Okay.
pass,
Okay, so now these would be an additional one cost.
except for you.
Except for me. So
I'll also pass.
an
That's
additional.
additional
Yeah,
one.
that goes to the.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's
On
when
activation.
You pay.
Well, no, it costs an additional one to place now. Right?
Yes,
it
so
does,
This,
yes.
so this is
That
one
goes
for
in there.
placing, and then this is the one that I will pay.
We'll see if Shelby moves it forward or not.
Yeah. And back at you.
I
That's
passed.
already.
Yeah, it's just
I
you
have to
two.
pass.
You're done.
Well, there's nothing left to place. I'm already taking a risk. Oh, over there.
Yeah, to
Assuming
deliver
I
bundles.
can deliver bundles. I need 3 resources. That is and I'm gaining some.
1 food and 2 that are
Where
not
did I
the
end up
same.
placing? They took what I wanted over there. So actually, potentially, that's something. That's an option, right? I can choose not to
Yeah.
do it. So why not? Other than I'm committing a worker.
Right. Okay. Everybody's placing. Pass. So now we.
Okay, you pay a wood to get the king's favor.
Wood.
Okay.
Is there a mark for the king's favor? I guess
No,
not.
No, you
Pick
take
one
the
of
king's
those.
favor right now.
So
One of those, you can steal one of these.
You can get 1 food and 1 character.
get a food.
Which one did you take?
The
I did
extra rent. 2 victory points.
2 victory
instead of
points
one
instead
if
of
Ah.
one.
you-
Okay. Cool.
So,
Sadly. that
Yeah, I
doesn't work
understand.
out.
I mean, I get it.
For me, building.
you
I'm
don't
going
have to fill up all the
to-
spaces, by the way.
Yeah, I get this.
Yeah, we're learning anyway. We'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Wood and any resource. 2 wood.
Stone building.
And then I get the 4 prestige, right?
Yep.
Who was the first one to pass, by the way?
I was.
Okay,
So you
I
hit
don't get
this.
hosed at the end of the turn.
And it's me again here.
So where are you moving
moving.
the provost?
Optional move of the provost.
2. Up to 2.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and move it forward.
This way?
Yeah,
Well, that was nice of you.
you're welcome. Okay,
I mean,
we're-
that
Okay.
means that next turn you don't necessarily. That's open
Right.
for. Because then he's going to
He's still
move
gonna
back
move back
here.
here.
yeah,
Yes.
But still, that's.
that was kind of the end goal. Yeah.
So I have the option of moving it up to 3 spaces by paying 3 workers, and I will do so.
Rude.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Well, I passed early. I'm going to try.
Okay, you have that
So the
same
the
option.
first one to pass can do that?
yeah, it's
Or-
gonna go
Now-
down the
now-
Oh,
line.
now, okay.
So now you have a chance to pay 3 and move it if you like,
I don't got 3.
or
Well, I do got 3, but I'm
More
gonna.
than
One of
that.
these guys is already committed, so
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
nope. I'm not moving there.
I'm not.
I
I don't have the workers.
Okay, then we're back over to you.
So you're building the thing.
Wood and any resource, so I will build.
I don't know what these buildings do. I just want to build something. Because if I don't do it,
Right.
I see a big problem with only having 2 buildings that build, 2 areas that build. But
Well, there's now going to be 3.
that's
Yeah.
with
And
a
every
stone.
time, and
yeah.
now every time we
3
build one, we give her a victory point.
Kinda.
Correct. 3
buildings
prestige
currently-
points, please.
Those buildings currently don't do jack until we move that provost.
Yeah.
With, yeah,
Okay, so that was
that was that one that goes up here.
pay a stone,
Stone
for
for 4
4.
workers.
Goes back in his camp, and then the next one is also you pay a worker for
A
a
worker. For a stone.
whatever
Yep.
you want. Okay, mine is pay a worker for a resource. I'd like a purple cloth thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it. All the resources except for gold. It looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm paying food to get 3 of my workers back.
And then
I get
John's
a
gonna get
ham.
food
And a stone.
and then everybody
That's
past
it.
that gets nothing. 'cause
Yeah.
Yep.
These guys go blue.
So
There's nobody up here.
Yeah,
I
it
still
was
have
up
the
here.
Oh, you
option
had-
to-
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Had
had
one
one
here?
there. Yeah, so
Okay,
he can
so-
do. He can. drop a bundle.
So what do I need for buildings there? It looks like there's 2 stones, which I have, and that does what? What is that? Oh, no, wait, what? I can't see these building guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, so.
you just have
Oh,
to-
I understand. I'm getting up. Go.
all the stone buildings are either stone plus wood or stone
Yeah, but
plus
stone is
wood.
for you. Let me try to build a building first that's not stone based.
Yeah.
2 woods, which I have. 2 stone, which I. No, wait, what am I looking
And
at?
then
It's
looking at the
these.
side, yeah, this is all
So
food,
really it's-
wood, food, wood, food, wood, food,
So it's
wood.
all food wood.
And
so.
then there's a wood
Food
with
and
a
stuff.
random.
Wood and
Okay,
something.
so as long as I save a food and a wood, I'm okay with being able to build a building. Because Mike can shut out one building, I can get the second one at least.
No, you're thinking next turn. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I thought somehow you were trying to build it this turn. I was going to ask, but you're good.
So are you building?
I'm setting aside what I need to build a building
Yeah,
next
Okay,
turn.
so
Right.
A wood and a ham.
do you want
Now
to
I'm seeing what I have left over to deliver and gain prestige. So, like that, am I right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So 5 prestige points, please.
And the king's favor.
Okay. So I can pick a character.
So he automatically gets the king's favor. I thought we're competing.
Right
for
there.
it.
Well,
There-
did
well,
anybody
you,
else?
You have an option if you
I
want.
have an option.
But he's first, and he
First.
counts as first, breaks ties.
Okay.
So you would have to deliver 2 more
I'd have to
bundles.
do 2 bundles. I
Yeah.
see. Okay, so there's no point in me doing a bundle. Okay.
Okay, so
So you can either take a character from another player or gain the effect of a building on the construction site and then take a character from
So
the
you can
board.
gain a food and one of those, or
Or you
steal
can
somebody
take
else's character.
Somebody's character.
a food and one of those. So okay, a food. I see because it's turn 1. And that guy allowed to move the pros. This was every time you deliver a bundle
With gold, it's
with
5
gold,
extra.
you get 5. No.
So you get 10 for your bundles with gold in it. That's what it amounts
Yeah,
to,
which
which is pretty
I
significant.
don't have any
It is.
buildings.
Since
but I'm
a
about to
gold is
build
only
a
worth
building.
2 at the end of the game.
yeah, but then you still have to get the gold, which we're building up to that point. But
I like Mike's ability, but you have 2 and I'm about to build a building. That's a big question. What do I want? Two seems a little greedy of you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, you've done that.
Now
We have no residences being built. We have no monuments being built. Everybody
we
gets
get
three
three.
workers back.
Thank you.
Okay, 3 workers back. We move the provost to
No,
To
take
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and turn marker
So,
and begin
Okay.
again.
I see. And then we start with you because you're first. So.
Well, I want to build me a building for sure. So can you put me on that first?
This is the first one. That's the second one. If
Put
you
me
want
on the
first
one.
choice, it'd be this one.
So I'm gonna take King's Favor again.
Can you put me on the stone for 4 workers? I seem to be worker depleted all of a sudden.
So give me the other wood building.
I will pass.
Everything costs 2 workers.
Correct.
Yep.
You took all the good stuff, so now I pass.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Plus,
I
you
will
guys
do-
picked up extra meeples. You'll be. Oh, you didn't. Sorry.
I did not. This time.
I'm not gonna go with this. Can be a mean game. This is a
It
cutthroat game.
is a really mean
This is
game.
an extremely cutthroat game. And I don't care. I'm just saying that's the nature of this game. It seems to be whatever you do, intentionally or unintentionally, is going to hose somebody over.
True.
Bales of cotton or rolls of cloth. This is supposed to be.
Yeah, we were saying rolls of
Yeah,
silk or something.
yeah, it's just they have a spool. Is that what they call it? A
Yeah.
spool?
Yeah. Actually, when it's fabric, it's a bolt.
Yeah. It's a
Bolt
bolt
of
of fabric.
fabric.
You're right. How little do I know?
I've been watching those Project Runway shows. So.
As a dude, I still frequent Joanne's from time to time, and yes, that's the correct term. It just escaped my memory right now. There's plenty of dude stuff you gotta do at Joanne's.
Right.
And for nerds like us, it's like, oh, we could use some felt for terrain. We could
Right?
use.
No. They've got some really cool geeky prints and stuff out too.
Yeah, there's a lady that we deal with. She's the niece of a friend of mine that owns a store in Colorado. But she just goes and buys bolts and bolts of fabric and then does dice bags. Right? So it's never like
the same
unpassive.
stuff.
yeah, because I mean, once she's cut it up, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I get first player next turn.
Yes.
Side
Player.
side benefit. Then you would see that.
So
Okay.
resolve.
Yep.
Wood for prestige.
Yep.
I want your start.
You want that one? Okay, cool.
Okay.
Build.
Build a building.
Yeah, so a ham and a wood for. I gotta go figure out what it is. You guys do what you gotta do.
Pick a hand
It could
wood
be
for
any of
anything.
them, but
Yeah, any of them.
so this generates any resource you want.
The other
This
one
is a
twos, and
bolt.
this is exchange bolts for victory points.
For victory points, you get 2 ham, 2 stone, 2 wood.
Move the dude.
I think I'll build this.
Do you wish to move the?
Do you wish
Provost?
to pay
Yes.
meeples to move? It's
I don't
part
have
of-
He
three
was
more-
first.
I
He
don't
goes
have three
first.
more.
It doesn't have to be 3. It's 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
So
okay.
you
for
can-
how many?
you
No,
can
I do
pick
not wish to move the
to move
provost,
it.
but thank you for the
Are
offer.
you going to move
Where is he right now?
there?
And
Yes.
can I have
Sorry,
three?
put your building on.
I can see where my buildings were. Can I have 3 victory points, please?
Okay, Ivan is the victory point, so you
Oh,
move
3,
3.
sorry. I was doing
That's fine.
And
Yeah, no, that's
Mike,
fine.
Are you moving it?
Yep.
Did I not take my victory points?
For doing what?
Oh no, that's just King's favor. It's not victory points for the one.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll move it one more.
I should probably hide these.
And we're Ivan building.
Yes. Building this. For that.
And 4 victory points.
You need a wood and anything. That's a wood.
Oh,
Pick a different
that
building.
was Hammond. Oh,
No, it's ham and
no.
wood.
Pick
I
a
can't
different-
do it.
No, it's not.
No.
It's a wood and
Can't do
anything.
it. Okay,
Can't do it. I didn't have the wood. I miscalculated.
so
But
back
if
to
you have
ham.
ham and anything, or ham, oh, you don't.
I
You
need
don't.
wood for any of
Well,
these.
yeah, for a wood building, you need wood.
Yeah, that makes
Get-
sense.
you know.
John, pay your stone for 4 meeples.
My stone for 4 meeples, great. 3, 4.
Yep.
Thank you.
And
I'm
then
gonna take a
you're
wood.
paying a meeple for any. You want a wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got meeples to do stuff with.
And then a ham for Mike, a wood and a stone for me. Stone, wood. And then
Tablet.
fabric, building a stone building. And I get a victory point for doing that, right?
Yep, you get a prestige point for me using the building.
Yep.
And that's
And that's that.
Nobody delivered.
I'm going to.
Yep, he can
Yeah.
come in at the end of tail end of Charlie, get 5 prestige points and the King's favor.
When does this resolve?
What is it?
It's moved.
When does your
provost.
character thing resolve if it's a one that resolves?
At the end.
At the end.
Yeah.
Send
You
at
get
the end
last-
of phase
you
E,
get last-
whatever phase E
You get
is.
last go round with the provost.
During the activation phase.
It's the last thing that happens.
Yeah, after everybody moves everything, does everything.
It's the last thing that happens after the activation
Yeah.
phase. After everybody activates.
Okay.
So I get a ham. And then take him. I've got all the peoples.
Okay.
Peoples. Okay, so we didn't have anybody convert a residence. Nobody's doing that. Everybody gets 3 meeples.
And I go first.
And we move the provost all the way up to here.
All the way up to there. How nice is that?
And it's turn 3.
It's turn 3. Okay, so if you get the king's favor, you get 2 additional victory points. It sounds like
Not this turn. Correct.
when
but
you're here.
you get 2 prestige points
Right.
if you want to choose that one.
Is it 2 or
Or
2
the-
and a ham?
No,
It's
it's
or.
or.
Okay.
It's or. You pick one of them that you're eligible for, and you get.
something. Ham.
It's not my turn.
No, it's me. I'm just looking.
Okay. Just want to make sure nobody was waiting on me.
Trying to push the hamster in my head to spin the wheel faster.
Whatever you gotta do, that's fine. I just want to make sure people weren't waiting on me, that's all. Boop.
Pass.
Also pass. You're the
Pass.
only one. Moving on down the line. Pay a wood for King's Favor.
Oh, it's a good thing I didn't do that
Okay.
because actually I forgot that I didn't have wood. I would have been hosed.
I blocked it.
He didn't want
Yeah,
somebody else to.
that's
Yeah.
fine. I got what you did.
Yeah.
But I was actually going for trying to get it, and I would have been.
Purple for residence on a.
So that stone is shut down.
After this.
After.
Right. So if you want stone, you're gonna have to go here, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Start paying workers for it.
yeah, or here. It's absolutely one worker, and you get stone. I mean, just saying.
Put your house.
Oh, yeah, my little.
Unless you don't want to own it, in which
No, I
case
do
I
want it.
can move
I
in.
want to
It's
own
okay.
it.
Don't be greedy.
Okay. And do you want to move the horse dude or Meeple?
No.
I don't.
Neither do I.
He's gonna have to if he wants his things. Move forward. Okay.
Okay.
That's why they were
Nobody
saved.
building wood.
I'm paying stone. 4
4
meeples,
peeps.
please.
Nope, wrong color.
Oh, sorry.
And then you're paying a peeps for an
And
anything.
yeah, and then I'll pay a peeps for a wood.
I'm paying a peeps for also a wood.
And I'm getting a ham.
I get a prestige point and you get a stone. 1 prestige point, please.
So wait, if this resolves at the end, he gets put to here, then I would move it?
Yes, that's the idea.
1
let's
prestige point, please.
All right, the bailiff. After all players play stage E of the activation phase, Guild's Bridge. The Guild's Bridge. What is that?
Oh, you are at the end of the bridge here.
Oh, okay. So I get to move him
Yes.
after John moves him, so I'm moving back there.
Okay. Wood. and
Well,
a-
hang on, because knowing that, I would have paid the extra and gone 1 space. You can only move it 1, right?
I can only move it 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have gone 1 extra and put him 1
Just to
ahead.
ensure it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
would have.
that's fine.
I
You're
did.
gonna leave him there and
I thought it was when you got here.
Yeah, I'm not going
After
to.
the
What's the
bridge.
point at this point?
Okay. Wood and fabric for John. And then
stone.
Three.
Three workers?
3 workers, and I get
3 workers, and I get a prestige
you
point.
get a prestige point for Sears.
Okay. Question about any resource, is gold included in that?
No.
No.
Okay, just wanted to
'Cause
make
it's
sure.
gold is
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
resource.
I figured it, but I just want to make sure. And bolt over there does what? Changes one of
Lets you
the.
Makes it a
put-
resident.
Yeah.
This one's
Make
going to
it-
get flipped.
Yeah.
Right,
And it's
but
going
it
to be an
turns.
extra worker for me at the end of the
Right,
phase.
it turns one of those into a residence.
Right.
Correct.
Oh, interesting. So what do I want?
The fight for stone is about to begin.
Yeah. So
Excuse me.
I will take. What will I take? I'll take a gold from here.
And 1 prestige point, please.
And seemed like a good trade-off. These are worth what?
2.
Yeah.
I believe there are 2 at the end of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll take stone.
What's
Yes.
this symbol here?
2 per gold you own at the end of the
Okay,
game.
thank you.
That is which build? Let's see here.
What is it?
The farm, or is that the farm? No, that is the quarry.
No, they both have that
Uh,
symbol.
Take the depicted resource. Also, if this building is activated by a player other than its owner, the latter takes the bonus depicted on the side.
So you get a stone if somebody uses your quarry.
Oh, I see. So yeah, so if you own it,
He
and
always
somebody
gets
uses
something
it,
when-
Not only do you
Okay.
get a prestige point, or 2, or who's got the 2? You've got the 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's
3.
we're all the way up here. Are you going to deliver?
I'm the first one to decide. No, I kind of need these resources.
Well,
Well,
you don't have a worker here.
You don't have
yeah,
a worker.
Yeah,
he just
okay.
gets it 'cause
He's
of
the
the-
only
yeah,
one
yeah,
that
yeah,
he's the only one that
You're
can-
good. You're good. You're good.
I could do it.
I used all my workers up.
I want to.
It's all the same on the backside.
I'm first player next.
They're all the same. Yeah. On the backside.
You're in the first player next. How are you first player next?
So I was the first to
Yes,
pass.
he is.
Ah, okay.
So I'm not going to deliver.
Okay. So then this flips.
Stone is gone.
The
That's
cheap
what this
stuff.
tile is here. It
Extra.
flips into, and I get a meeple at the end of the.
Yeah.
I get 4 instead of 3. And then, none of that. So we're getting workers.
3.
You are.
And
Thank
I
you.
get 4. And then the provost is in the right spot. And up to turn 4.
So I'm going to build a wood building. This time I actually have wood for it.
Good.
Stone for 4 workers, please. Oh, actually, no. Can you put me on build? I forgot that he took the first build. Thank you.
Stone. You get them.
Not
No,
yet.
not
Not
yet.
yet.
Because it might not activate.
Um,
Seems like it will, but
Yeah, it's a lot of movement.
you never find out
Yeah.
until you activate.
stone for 4 workers, please. Pass.
You can double up.
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
I see. How many workers you got over there? Just the one?
I hope those guys keep the provost where it needs to be, but we'll see.
Oh wait, I didn't pay. I don't have to pay that extra. The guy stole
Yep.
from him.
Oh, yeah. Light worker thing.
Yeah.
So I already went on that. Okay.
And the provost has to move way the heck out of my way. I mean, if it moves for 2 down, I lose 2 prestige points because you guys don't get your resource. That's the worst thing. I passed.
Yeah, it's okay.
Didn't have enough resource, meeples to stay in that particular round.
No.
Somebody's saving the meeples to move the provost.
Maybe. Or
I'm
maybe
passing.
not. You pass. Alright.
Want to move the provost guy.
What's your
I got the king's
Oh,
favor. I want to
the
move the
guy.
provost guy.
Uh-huh.
okay. I'm gonna pay cloth or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm going to take wood building.
Build a wood building. Wood and ham. Or yeah.
Okay.
Stone back in production.
So now you get to move the
And I move him
2 backwards.
2 back.
Okay. Mike, me first.
You get the first option to
do I want to move
the
that
dude.
guy? No, he's fine where he is.
I'm one.
Forward or backwards?
Forward.
Forward. You
I
sure?
want
Are
my
Are you sure?
goals.
No. Are you positive?
I'm very
Are you
positive.
positive that you only want to move one?
Do you want to sacrifice any moves to move him
Wait.
one backwards?
Because he goes at last. He took my guy that goes
He can
last.
he can still move one, right?
Yeah, everybody in
So
here
y-
can move one, and then he's still got
The
that
two people
last
behind you can move one.
That's the bluffing and just
So,
stealing the resource.
so
at
now
that
you
point.
can
They could
sacrifice
still-
one.
They could still
I'm not
block
going
me.
No?
Yeah.
All right, Mike. I'm assuming uses
Further
his
safety.
ability. Well, technically he passes, and then he uses that to go. That's
All right.
Wood building.
well. There's only really one wood building left. But there's the one that produces food, and nobody can make food here in a minute. So let's do the food building, and whatever prestige that is.
Oh,
So
I get the 2 points for building that, right?
Yeah. And then 2 for John for his building. And then pay your stone, sir, for 4 meeples.
my stone, yay! I got workers again. 3,
Here's
4.
Okay. Ivan, pay a meeple for
Or a cloth.
Getting it the hard way, huh?
And then get a
Couldn't get it the other
food
way.
And a wood. And I get 1 prestige for using that.
Cloth.
Do you get it now, or you should have gotten it
No,
when it
when
was?
you
When
activate
it
when
activates.
you activate the building, because
Yeah.
the provost could shut down
Right.
getting
You
it.
get one from me using your stone builder
Yes,
thing,
and
and
your
I'm gonna
building.
build.
So these buildings now require a stone and a what?
It varies.
Varies. Okay.
And pay for it.
For it. Oh, this is a little
Okay. 3
A-
meeples
Give me 3 pips.
And a prestige point for me,
prestige
please.
for Mike.
What resources would you folks like?
I think
She goes first, I go next.
I think
It
I would like a
specifies
wood,
that.
please.
I understand.
What are these? Why are these over here?
Those are just used, I believe.
Yeah, they
No,
are.
no, those are the ones. Didn't you get 3 from there?
No, that was.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Did you give 3 to him? Because these
I
are
got my
green, and those are
Right,
blue.
yeah.
I got my 3.
Yes.
Okay, and then
So is yours done?
Yep, I'm done.
And he got 1 for that,
no, not yet. Prestige point, please.
and I'm gonna get a stone.
2 prestige points, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then I get a gold and a prestige point for Mike. And we've come to the end.
And I get a
Let's see,
food and a cloth.
Okay.
I don't have a thing I can do a bundle with, so we're not doing that.
Okay, so we're
you're-
we're going down to here.
Did you want to deliver something, Mike? Do you have who has? The,
I didn't go there.
I don't. But
No,
somebody
I
has
don't
the.
have-
No.
I don't
Somebody
have enough
has
to
the
make
last-
a bundle.
So that one's flipped.
Yep. And then if you it goes in track order. If you
If
can
you want-
pay
if you
for,
can- For a monument.
Yeah. You first though, because you're first on the road. Nothing.
Well,
Right.
do I have any
What
gold
does
bars?
I don't know. Do you? I can't.
monument
in
cost
front of
gold
you.
No.
bars?
All of them are going to cost
You
at least
cannot-
gold.
I'm going to pay the 1
Duly noted.
gold and 2 wood for this one, and I get 7 prestige with that. I'm gonna replace this with this.
What kind of monument did you build?
And then she
something
gets a
that gives me food. I
she
don't
gets
know.
a food every turn at the end instead of a worker.
I don't know what it is.
She gets food instead of a worker.
Nice.
It's a something that gives me a food.
All right, we're on turn 5.
No, you had to restock.
Yeah.
She's done the monuments, then you restock your workers.
3 for antibiotic.
3 for me.
You got her? Okay.
Yeah, 3 and a food. Ta-da. That's how that works.
Very nice. But I don't know what kind of food monument you built. I was curious. What is
I can
this?
look it up.
It looks like a food cart. Oh, it's a granary. It's a granary.
Yeah, the
It's a
granary.
granary. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a monument. All right. That's
Sure.
right.
Sure.
Man, we got some poor people in this place. Yep, it sure does move there. Okay, so let's get on this road with these monuments and such, shall we? There's some pricey stuff out there, you know that, buddy? Look at all this stuff.
So
Ivan, you're up.
Ivan.
Okay.
He planned. You're planning next.
I'll do the king's favor down there. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that.
Okay, don't do that.
What do you want to do?
I want to get
Okay.
Odd.
Ain't it though?
that's my own one. Oh well.
But still.
So
Getting
if you
Stopping
don't,
you from giving
if
me
you
it,
don't
but I
want
need
the
stone,
prestige,
yeah.
I mean that's
Yeah.
right. I mean, where was I? I was going to do something else.
I got your whole shop addicted to that game.
Oh, you're the one I need to blame. Got it. I see how it is. So that because you build a granary, that's where you're getting. That's I was like, it's odd. You just created a thing that generates food, not on the food tile, but it doesn't matter. It's whatever building you build.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently, there is no wood production, is there?
I'm
I-
picking it up.
Well, no,
Yeah.
there is wood production. You can also sacrifice some evil to generate whatever
Yeah,
resource
that's
you
true.
want.
You
So,
can too.
so technically, there is wood
But
production.
these will eventually, I'm assuming, all go away as people keep trying to build monuments.
Yeah,
to,
so hard to say what you're gonna.
So I'm gonna. Is there still? Oh, there's this one. Better.
But you
But I
pay
pay him.
him.
Yeah.
You don't pay me. The bank
he
pays
gets
me.
Yes,
one.
he gains that.
Yeah. So.
That's the purpose of building buildings, isn't it? I believe.
I had a thought, but then it went away.
Bzz, fizzled, huh?
Oh,
Train
yeah.
derail. I would like to play some. Right, please.
The construction.
Up
The, here, in one.
Oh, the delivery.
Yeah, it's called the.
Oh yeah,
construction
because
site,
you're
but
building the
yes.
castle. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Hmm.
I would love to have the resources to go squander them to help build the castle. But unfortunately, as peasants,
Oh, I can only do that once. Never mind.
Yeah.
did you already do it?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Oh, up
to get a
there,
gold
yeah.
bar.
Oh, okay. You can only do it once.
Yeah, it's times one.
If you want more resources, there's a space down there.
Yeah, I know. There's various non-entities.
So what does that do again? You spend 2 stone and a bolt to get wood.
No, you put a worker here, you get 2 stone and a bolt.
And what's
Yeah.
that to the
The
side?
person who owns it gets
Get a
something
free
as well.
stone. From
Like
doing
hell,
it.
I'm going there.
I mean, it's 2 stones and a bolt.
Yeah, I get what it is, but right now it's at risk of not doing anything. So, all right, I pass.
You pass. You have 2 meeples to place.
No, because he's still got
Got the
my
thing.
night
Oh, he's got
worker
that
they
thing.
stole
Oh,
from me.
that's right.
Oh, you know
I
what?
treated her better
need-
than you did.
I need 2 more, please, sir.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh.
got that. Yeah, too.
He gets 2 per people
Right.
going on his
And
building.
last
Yeah.
time I
Speaking of stealing things from people.
tit for tat. I mean, you started,
No, you took him from me before I took her from
but you
you.
took for somebody else. I think I don't remember. I don't care.
What can I do?
All the things that you have the monies for.
Those things are filled up. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fast.
Okay. First, build a residence somewhere.
Yep. So, well, there's only.
You don't take one out of the supply.
Pay one.
Sorry.
Pay one.
And which building? would
We're
you
gonna
like?
go with that one that
Put it-
produces ham.
One of your buildings.
Yep.
Then we're paying to move the dude.
No.
Anybody paying?
I'm not.
I can't.
No.
Backwards
Okay,
one. Oh, you're because you don't have any meeples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying a meeple to get a resource of your choice.
We'll make it a bolt.
Not if, yes, it can be a bolt.
And I will pay 1 meeple to make it a wood.
And
I will pay
then
my bolt to give me 3
3 guns. And then a ham for
Ham.
and then a bolt for John.
A bolt.
And build a stone building for Mike.
It's the only
Oh,
one
you
that's
get-
stone and. It's the only one with stone and food, isn't it? Yes.
It might be
Stone
a.
and wood.
No, because I'm. Well, yeah, there could be stone and wood.
There is stone there.
Oh,
If you pay the wood.
Any resource.
this
for
one's
money.
resources for gold.
Or people for gold, or gold for prestige.
I can substitute stone for the wood. No, I can't. Never mind.
Always
It has
gonna
to
need
be.
stone.
It has to be the stone and the food for what I'm doing. Yes, I figured that out. And you got your
Then-
prestige
yes,
point.
I got
I
my
gave it
point.
to her.
And then you get 3 meeples.
3 meeples.
Ivan gets a resource of your
Wood,
choice.
please.
And 2 prestige.
2 prestige, 2 John.
You get a gold bar.
And 1 prestige for you.
1 prestige point for me. And I get a gold bar with can't pay myself.
I get ham and a
ham
bolt.
and a bolt for Ivan. 2 wood for me.
2 stone.
2. And then the blocked me from getting additional resources, which is fine.
You got enough food already.
Now you have the option to throw your delivery in.
Yeah, I was first. So I'm
So you were
going to
here?
throw-
Yeah, she's in one.
That's me.
I got knocked off.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
got knocked
him.
off.
I was
She
in
got
one.
knocked
Oh,
off.
okay.
Yeah.
We're in turn 5.
We're in
We
turn
will be.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, we will be. I got knocked off. Here's one.
Here's the first delivery. Okay.
So you get King's Favor. I'm delivering 1. 5 points for each of us.
Oh, you still get the 5 points. You just don't get the favor. I see.
Correct.
Well, that's the whole point of delivery.
The whole
First
point is
person
delivery.
gets
The
the
favor.
King's
and the
favor.
five.
yeah.
So you
I-
resolve them all, and then whoever wins, and she won.
I'm
So
gonna
you
take
can get
your
the-
extra package.
Oh, the guy.
Yep.
But who can?
Yeah.
Oh, so that I can't deliver
So you
one
can't
now.
deliver one right now. Yeah.
I was
How
going to.
rude.
You know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yours too synergizes because
Yes.
you can do any kind of thing.
It's nice. So that's the end of this round.
So we're going
Power
down to here. We're going to flip a building.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oops.
All right.
And
And then we're going to create
road
in
order-
monument. You get your first opportunity if you
So, yes,
wish
I
to
would
build
like
a monument.
to build a monument.
What are you building?
There is a stone, a wood, and any resource one.
And
but
there
I-
is
no,
no
wait,
any
sorry,
resource.
I'm looking at the
Gold
wrong.
and
I'm
wood.
looking at the wrong. Relax.
golden wood, golden bolt, or golden stone is what you can afford.
This is the one I want.
Other ones require multiple.
Yeah, it comes
Like,
out.
this one's off. So now I
5.
get a
Prestige points, please.
bolt.
And when do you get that bolt?
At the,
It's
when
coming
we
up right
refresh
now.
our
Ah,
meeples.
sweet.
Are
It produces
you
now.
buying a monument? No. Okay. Yep. So now you produce.
So you produce these guys along with 3 meeples.
3 for
Yeah.
So
everybody.
I get 4.
Yep. I get 3 maples and oh hey.
And you already took your bolt.
That's right. I have access to resources. You need to give me victory points. I'm just saying that's.
No, I was just
kinda-
reminding you. Or
I appreciate it.
double
Yes,
check,
I got it.
yeah.
That's why I asked when.
Okay.
And then he goes up here.
Yep.
And now we're on turn 5.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So now we're. John is first.
Oh, didn't you guys also get the choice of these buildings when you did your delivery?
I did.
No.
That's just the king's favor.
King's
Yeah.
Favor. She
So you
gets.
get the choice.
I would
She
like-
stole the character and
Yeah.
doesn't get that.
Oh, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
no.
Okay.
Because
you
if
took the
I
character.
chose the one on
It's
the board,
either or.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so John, yeah, you're first again. Put me on the builder residence, please. I'd like to build a stone building.
What to do? What to do? Oh, no, wrong one. Almost got caught by that silly thing that I'm gonna get that stuff after the whole
Yeah.
thing. So let's go here.
So
First time you're first.
I know.
interesting. Let's see what happens.
Pass.
What is unoccupied?
Stuff.
Unoccupied.
Those two up there.
Two.
Moving the building a building.
You got to pay 3 for those now,
Yeah.
unless
Well, I
you
don't
have
get
the
it.
guy.
Yeah.
You have to pay. I'm sorry.
Oh,
what was
he's
going-
got the
They
guy.
still need to have 2 because
Oh,
put
for-
1 and then 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Get
costs
the-
3
other
workers,
people 3.
correct? Yeah.
The
If she was
red
in, if
stuff.
you were going to
Hardly
pass,
would.
my next turn was passed, so I was done.
Do you have any
I'm
workers?
gonna
You have 2. Okay.
I have
hold
2.
it.
You have 2.
Do what?
So you're passing.
Workers, we're talking
Yeah.
about workers.
Passing.
So am I.
Cool.
Okay.
I pay a wood. Here you go.
Yep.
To get the king's favor, I want the one on the board.
Plus
And
2
prestige
prestige,
points. Yep.
because it goes well with the others.
Yep.
Okay, pay a roll of cloth there.
Oh,
To get a
Put a marker,
yeah,
a building.
Look what they do.
They all do the same thing.
They all do people.
Yep.
These are the only ones that were not
No,
people.
these are
monuments.
monuments. So you have. It starts
You-
with
Okay, yeah.
people.
They
And
all
then you have
they
to
all
pay
do an
for
extra
a
meeple.
monument.
I got it. Then,
It's just which one of these things do you not want people to do anymore?
You just
Yeah.
place your house above it right now. You don't flip it.
yeah. Okay.
It can be any house. You don't have to have a meeple on it.
No.
No, I know. I'm just thinking.
It's whatever you want to shut down.
I'm gonna shut down.
Don't flip it.
Put your house on it.
It'll flip later. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, build a wood building.
The last
Wood
one.
and ham. I'll take it. Yep. Thank you. Oddly enough, a bolt. Selling
House.
place.
Nope.
Yeah. I
Prestige
get-
points.
Yes.
How many?
4,
prestige
please.
points. When we're here, anybody? I'm not paying to move it. Back.
I'm not paying them.
I'm not paying to move it.
Am I paying meeples to?
Yeah, you're paying
You have no
meeples to
meeples.
move it? No, I have
So
nothing.
you're
Uh,
last anyway,
no.
so you can move it those. plus your
No,
one.
I get my option of meeples first.
Because he's got to look at what everybody else can do.
I am not paying meeples, but I am moving it back 1.
Backwards one. Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we keep going.
Stone for 4 meeples. Then random resource for 3 more meeples.
So, so I'll do the ham.
Okay. And then
Where are we? Here?
Bolt the fabric for me.
Building a stone building.
Yes. Stone and wood. For and gold building and prestige.
And pay.
Stone and wood.
And give her 1. And I get 1, and you get 3 meeples. 1 prestige point, please.
And what resource would you like?
And stone.
2 prestige points for me, please.
Running out of ones.
And a gold bar.
All right.
what's the other one? 3?
1, 3, 5, 10s.
Can I have a 5, please?
Yeah, I'll trade you for a 5 also.
Okay, John gets ham and a cloth.
John also gets 2 wood, and I get a prestige point.
I get 2 stone.
And I would get prestige point. And then you also get 2 ham, and John gets prestige points. 2 actually, 2 prestige points. And then I don't get anything on that one.
Do we have a deliverer out there, a delivery man?
I will deliver, and because it contains gold, I'll get 10 prestige points, please.
Nice.
And then I can steal somebody's thing, or
Yeah, because there's no longer
Or
a person
gain
here,
2
or
more
just gain
prestige
the-
points.
gain 2 more prestige points. I think I'm gonna steal John's character.
He's earning a lot off of it.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I've really been earning on, but yeah, what are you gonna
Been
do?
earning a lot on it.
Okay.
I mean, how many
Okay,
buildings do I own?
so
Actually,
that's
a fair amount.
Delivery.
Delivery's done.
We have a residence conversion.
So flipping that over.
Do you wish to pay for which you don't
No.
have enough
With
resources
the
to
bolts?
do?
No.
Pay
Well,
for what?
Yeah, I can't.
A
monument, if he
because it's
wanted to,
for-
but he
Okay,
doesn't.
so
yeah.
monument, yes.
Yeah, he doesn't
Have
have the.
an option.
I will be.
Oh, look at you.
2 gold, 3 stone.
How many prestige is that?
15.
15.
You guys. Oh, but it doesn't actually give you anything.
Nope, I
But
lose
it's a
my
lot of
extra
it's-
worker, but I
It's a
gain
lot of
15
prestige.
points.
Yeah.
And we're reaching the end here.
Yes.
Oh, I guess
Reaching
we
the
keep
end.
going. We're just reaching
Till
the end
nine,
of building
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was monument. No other monument.
Nope. So now
Turn
we
marker.
get to
Where
six,
get
and
our
everybody
resources.
gets their resources.
3 meeples, is it?
Yep.
You're doing 3 and a food.
Yes.
And now I get a bolt of fabric again?
Yes,
Yes.
right there. You get 4 meeples there. Did you get 4? Ivan?
You get
Yeah.
one more.
4 people, yeah.
You're meepled up, sir.
I got quite a bit.
Okay, and
And I'm
Shelby got first player. Whoa, look at that.
Look at that. This actually moves.
Yeah.
Correct.
So.
And I think I'm gonna park myself here and see what happens.
I will make a residence. Oh, go for the King's Favor? Oh, no, I won't. I don't have wood. Damn
Yeah,
it.
because you kind of have to have that at
Have to
the
have that
beginning.
first.
Yeah. The only person who could take it is John.
And by the way, you can't build a wood building, so these 2 are
I mean, you can still probably put there and block, but
block what?
block John.
Block
from
me from getting
taking
the King's Favor.
but
No, the wood buildings. I'm talking about these 2 spots.
Yeah. I was talking about the. Okay.
What did I end up? Oh, fiddlesticks. Well, I'm just looking at the sequence. Where's the buildings way down there? So you have to have the resources, really. They're not going to produce unless there's something down the road.
You
No,
got
the
these
build the
idiots.
stone is here.
Right, so
yeah,
potentially you could sacrifice one to
Yeah.
get what you might need,
Yeah.
which at this point is doable.
There's only going to be 2 of the buildings built
Yeah,
before there's no more building of buildings.
correct. So let us
Yes, there is
do
one
that.
building that will never show up.
We're going to go to the one down there.
This one here?
1 meeple for any resource I wish.
This one.
It cost you 2 now. Oh, you got the no, wait, you got the 1. So you still got that one.
I'm devoid of characters.
Okay.
Me too.
Oh. Not much else to go to do things. Yeah, so now I'll pass.
Pass. Okay. So, a bolt
Cloth
to change something over.
to this guy.
Okay. Move the doodly.
Because you're at the end of the chain there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I figured you were my
Okay,
insurance on
uh,
that one. I'm like,
We can go backwards, boys.
You
Girls.
can,
Anybody got any workers?
I do
no, I'm
have
good.
two.
You guys can
Okay.
sacrifice all your workers you want to move that if you want.
You're not going to?
You gonna
I
pay
would
me
have
both?
contributed to.
Okay.
Let's see. What is that? Convert a gold bar and you're getting
Convert a person to gold bars.
Yeah, convert a.
You could
without
potentially
the
get.
meeples, Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
one.
So that
and
one.
one.
Shut out.
And
Okay.
one for
And
that.
one after you.
And then you have a chance.
So it's going to cost you.
okay.
So move it by 1.
Move it forward. Well, you already did that.
I'm moving it 1 back, and
You're gonna do that, so I'm gonna put it forward 1. Yeah.
But then,
No, I moved it back there.
with
I
spending a
moved
Mabel, he can still do another one.
That's
So
what I
if you
was
want to
asking.
make sure, you got to spend an extra one to
did
move
you-
him here.
So I moved it 2 to here. He moved it 1
Stop,
with the
stop for a
meeple.
second.
Yeah.
You gave me 1.
No.
No.
This is he just has to give 1, and it ends up there.
And you can't do that.
I've already done that.
That's what I was
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So we're good. Okay.
But that takes place at the end.
I
right?
know. I did them both at the same time. I went 2 spaces instead of 1, then 1, then 1.
asking. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I was last.
You're not. Okay.
Well, her hand was covering it, and I couldn't see.
Okay. All right. So I need a stone, I believe, to complete a building here in the next phase, right? What's up there? There's a stone and
Stone and wood,
stone
stone and wood,
So I got
stone and
wood,
bolt.
stone and wood. Okay, good. Then I can build a building. I'll figure out what it is. Can I see what buildings there are
Sure.
to be built?
Pay Meeple for a resource over here.
And I forgot what I wanted. I want.
Oh wow. Any resource and an ingot to get 2 resources and wait, no. 1 resource
Food.
into gold, 2 resources into 2 gold.
Yeah.
I want food.
Oh, gold is worth
2
2,
prestige points.
but you can convert it into 5 if you trade it in here.
Yeah, if you trade it from there, yeah. Okay, moving on down the line. A bolt for.
Bolt for adult.
And then 3 meeples for me, and
1 prestige point,
for
please.
Mike. And then 1 prestige point for John.
'Cause you
and
stole mine.
I would like a stone, please.
All right, so I think I know. which
Gold
building.
bar and a prestige point for me.
I picked the building I'm gonna build next.
And then I get a food and a bolt.
What happened to my build a stone building?
And I get 2.
You didn't have it on here. That's why I thought you were gonna do it next turn. You didn't place a worker there.
I guess I miscalculated.
2 wood.
I forgot I also got 2 stones coming. I guess I botched that turn. All right.
You got 2 stones coming.
Yeah.
And prestige for me.
You just did the 2 wood. I need a prestige point, right?
2, right? Aren't you on the 2 thing now?
2 prestige point. Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
is
that
the stone? The blue clip player
Yeah, I
needs
got- I
1
took
prestige.
my
You got it?
prestige.
Okay.
Okay.
2
I need
hams,
2 hams and 1 prestige for.
please.
There you go.
And then
2 stone and a bolt.
for Mike and 1
I get a
prestige
free
for you.
stone.
Stone, yes. And then I get 2 wood and a bolt. And a
And
prestige point and a
Mike gets a free
wood
wood.
goes to Mike.
And a wood.
Yep.
And I'll trade in 2 bolts for 6 prestige points, please.
Yep.
There you go.
I have no idea what my score is, by the way.
And
More than me.
you have 1 or 3?
I have 1.
No, you're trading in
oh,
meeples
yes.
for.
Your meeple
3
trade in?
for 2 gold.
3 for 2 gold.
And over there, I'm delivering. Should be 3. Let's see, 3. That should be.
Yep.
3 right there. 15 prestige, please.
And then I get to deliver. At the end
And
of
you have
that.
King's Favor.
Not yet.
Yep.
Oh, she's on there too.
I'm only gonna do 2.
So I do get
So yes.
King's Favor.
But I still get 10 points, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got the any resource?
Yeah, I've got the any resource hit thing.
She's
She
got
didn't
it
have
all,
any gold
man.
this time, so she didn't get that.
She's
extra.
got it all.
Yeah, no.
So
gold.
King's Favor, I either get 2 prestige or steal a character.
You ain't stealing from me, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, you don't realize she does have quite a lot of things.
Well, you had them all before, so.
I want
Yes,
that
did.
one.
You want this one?
Yeah. Good choice. Okay, so then no flipping of residences. Yes,
There
of
is.
residence.
You want to pay for a monument?
Monument choices.
I
yes.
could actually pay for a monument. Gold. Stone. 3 gold.
Golden stone for this one. That's. It'll give you no benefits but 7. Yeah.
Takes away a benefit. But
Did
7
we
prestige.
collect our
Not
resources yet?
Yet. Not yet.
We're not at that point yet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
With those.
No.
The mic's in the way of me.
I'm not building anything monument
those are
wise.
monuments. Okay.
So now
now
we
we
collect
move-
our stuff.
Yeah, collect.
1 bolt of fabric for me, 1 ham for you.
Yes, a ham and 3 meeples for everyone.
I got 4.
Not anymore. Oh, yes, you do. You still got 1,
he
doesn't
would
he?
have gotten 5 if he didn't convert that to a monument. Okay, and then John is first.
So this, did we already move this?
Nope.
So we're on 7 now.
You can trade in any resource for 5 meeples.
If you get the King's Favor,
If
yes.
you-
Yeah, getting towards the end here, definitely. All right. So what's left to build? There's stone buildings that can be built and potentially monuments. And stone buildings can be built where? There. That's
Yes,
it.
There.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only
And
one.
that's it.
We have a 5.
This guy. Okay.
Oh,
Go.
it's my go. He threw himself on.
Yeah.
You don't want to make the same mistake this turn. What do I have? I have this stuff. I'll build another resident.
Stop doing that.
Interesting.
I'm confused about the monument. You can't place a meeple on there, or do you place a meeple so they don't? They just produce for the owner of the monument,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Wow. Wow. You got over there stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Delivery, which potentially could be a thing. Well, let's give ourselves the opportunity to do something if we wanted to.
I will.
Or for 4 workers, please.
Pass.
Pass.
Pay an extra.
Pass.
Oh, I lost my guy.
Yep.
Yep.
He took it.
It was your guy. Going around the table.
I've been devoid of characters for at least 3 turns now.
You have no character?
You've been devoid of character for a lot longer than that.
Oh man, that
I'm aware.
come on. Get in on it.
I'm gonna pass.
Fists are gonna flying. That's one type of character.
Alright. Pass and pass.
Oh, everybody's passed now.
Well,
Alright. So
Wood for
starting with
King's
John,
Favor?
wood for the
Yeah,
King's Favor.
You like that one? I liked it too.
yeah, I'm sure you did. You've had it all game.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Oh, wood.
Okay, Ivan, bolt for residence.
Building the thing. Not
Okay,
yet.
I know. Move 2 forward.
Just to make sure you don't get hammered.
Sure,
No.
insurance policy. Okay.
Nothing
and
for
then,
me.
Nothing.
I'm not moving it.
I'm not moving it.
Cool. He doesn't go anywhere. Stone for 4.
Stone for 4. Hey, I finally have workers again. I've been riding on 4 for 2 turns now.
I had 3 that turn.
Build the
Because
stone.
I went for King's.
building.
I went for the. John.
Wait a minute. Oh, that was me. I did it right.
That was
Yay!
you.
Okay.
And 1 point for.
And 1.
Yeah, that's
2,
fine.
sorry.
2 points.
I think I'm gonna do the one where you convert gold into victory points. I had decided. Now I'm indecisive because I mean, what's gold looking like out there? Crap. You have gold. You might use it, but I think this will be more enticing to people. Trade in resources for gold because the bare minimum gold is worth 2
You
victory
get
points.
gold
Stone
and
and a
trade
wood.
it in if you time
so
it
you
right.
get 5. He gets 5.
Stone in the wood, taken care of. And 5 for me. Thank you.
3,
There's the rest of the buildings
3
back.
golds for me. A gold bar for me.
You got it.
Yep.
Ham and a bolt for you. Ham and
Bolt.
2
Uh,
woods
so
for
for
you,
I get 2 prestige points.
and 2 stone for you.
And 2 prestige points for Ivan.
2, 1.
Or 1, sorry. Yep, 1 prestige point for Ivan.
2 food for me.
3 for you.
And a
1
prestige
for
me.
2 stone and a bolt for me. A stone and a prestige for Ivan.
Stone. Prestige, you're gonna have to go fetch yourself. And you get that?
I get 2 wood and a bolt, and
A wood and a
Mike gets
prestige
a
for Mike.
prestige.
I'll
Um,
trade in 2 bolts for
6.
6 victory points, please. Prestige points, whatever the frack you want to call them.
Okay, 3 7 for me for 2 gold bars, please.
Then I get a victory point.
Can I get a 5 bar, please?
And then we've reached the end of that track. Nobody else is on the construction thing.
Nope.
I'm going to do.
Yeah, you got your free delivery with gold too.
Yeah, she's just racking it.
Okay, yep. So I'll take what is it, 20 points because I get the extra 5. So 2 bundles, 10 each, 20 points. And
I have my head count of who's
favor-
winning.
No, she's
I'm
got
going
it.
to
I mean,
take,
right now maybe Mike, but he built a couple of buildings, but
for
she's winning on this.
I'm gonna turn in the stone for 5 meeples. Bonus. Up there.
For your bonus.
Okay.
Oh, over there, yeah.
So converting a residence.
Yeah, this one's gonna flip.
Flip. And then can you pay for a monument? Or
I
I need
you got
gold.
Gold, wood there, or you got 2 gold, 3 wood for the 12-pointer. Yeah, that's
we'll go for the 12-pointer. The theater, it looks like. But it also, does that give me King's favor?
yeah. Get a king's favor with the 12 points.
Well,
Yep.
when we get to that, that's nice.
No,
Every,
No,
actually
it's
right now
immediate.
oh, immediate. That's nice.
Yeah, it's not like a bonus he gets every turn. It's just he gets
Every
it right
turn
now.
would be.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, I mean, we only got
No.
2 turns to go, but still.
Yeah.
What do I want to do with the King's favor?
I don't know. I got the extra sharing space guy. That's what I got. So take your pick. There's the moving of the constable. There's the night worker.
Yeah, I could stop her synergy over there.
If well, I don't know if it's too late, anyways, but
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but
I'm gonna throw in a bolt for 5 workers.
okay.
One more.
Okay. So then now we're all collecting our resources.
Monument.
Did you
Okay,
get
so
your-
what
oh,
can I
so
do?
you did
I
this
can
instead
do-
of
wait,
taking a
I can
character?
build 'em. I don't have a place to
Okay.
build it. Never mind.
You don't?
Nope.
Oh, you've already built. Yeah. The only one that has a 1 left is Ivan.
Yep.
Built the monument at this point. Okay. Everybody takes their resources. I need.
Did we
3
get?
4.
I didn't get my bolt of fabric. Everybody get their stuff, or
and a ham. Thank you.
for the end of the thing, did everybody
I
get
got
their?
mine.
I just
Yeah.
got mine. Okay,
Who else does
So
the
then
right
we
fight?
move forward to we're
Turn
now on 8.
8.
And it's Mr. Edmonds opening up turn 8. 2 more turns. Me? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
he put it out there.
I apologize. What's out there? We can build 1 more building, and then that is it. Can't build it unless I get some of that. Yeah, those are stone buildings too. So. Oy, oy, oy.
Decisions. Those are points there. Yeah, either way, it looks like.
I'm
Well,
done
I
with
was
you,
gonna
man.
go.
Like every turn.
In that case,
So, on the monuments, if you have a house flipped over that is not like you have to do it that turn, or if you have the resources the next turn, can you do it then?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do
That
it
makes
the next
sense.
turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Awesome. Pooh.
If there's any left.
Yeah, that's the trick, isn't it?
Because there's only 2 left, and there's
Yep.
well, there's currently 2 spaces, but there could be 2 more. Well, 1 more. Except that you have the power of, well, you can't go on your own, so yeah.
Just trying to figure out what I can actually effectively do. There isn't much I can do. Because all the resource generators anyways are down the pipeline from the stone builder. So in order to get, I would have to have them. And what I'm missing, oh no, I can build one thing. Oh sure, why not? Is some points. Just realize I can build a stone building by doing that. How dare you, sir? How dare you, madam? Pass. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize that he can be pushed further up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
So that that last building is not always getting hosed.
You already passed.
Yes, sir. See that black house on the first row there on the bridge?
Yeah.
I personally think they should go the other way, so it's a Hickabob crane kind of covered bridge. But that's me.
Yes.
there any spaces people can be placed?
No.
Oh, what a
The
doofus.
cart,
Oh, yeah, right here.
construction.
I forgot
right
about
there,
this. I forgot that. Oh well.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It'll come in handy in the last turn of the game.
Pass,
Really, it
and
will.
then- No, you play it too. All right. Starting out the beginning.
Old bar thing for
Old bar thing.
up there.
Her. Okay.
Build a residence.
Yes. So let's flip over. Yeah, that one.
This one.
Yeah.
You don't
that
flip
one.
it yet, but put your
Well,
house
yeah,
there.
that one over there. Nobody's gonna be building wood buildings anyway, so let's at least shut down that.
Then you
No,
put
no,
your
no,
pole.
no, no, no. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be building wood buildings. I want to shut down.
So you're moving.
Yes. I'm gonna move 2 spaces forward, please.
You wish to move it at all there, John?
Negative, sir. The pattern is.
I will not with meeples.
Are you moving it
Mm,
further?
no.
I'm not. I have no meeples.
Hey, I'll move it backwards one
That's fine.
Just cause.
because I can.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Why not
Yep.
move a forward one?
Okay. Pay a stone for 4
Down
meeples.
for my people back.
And 1 prestige for John.
Please.
Oh, cause
And thank
Because
you.
he took it. Yep.
Zipping all the way
It
around.
is my
Yeah.
building.
And then
one roll of cloth for
Me.
Ivan. Alright, build a stone.
Build the last stone building.
All right, so it was going to be, I believe, a bolt of
Gold
fabric.
or
And
people
well, I don't
for
have gold, as you can
bags?
see. So therefore, I was going to build a stone and cloth building, whatever the hell that is. And we're gonna put it right here for a total of 5 prestige
And
points.
Put your house
S'il
on
vous plaît.
it. And then I get 2 prestige, please.
I get the funny feeling there's a bunch of ones in here. Oh yeah.
And then
3 meeples for blue, and I get a prestige point, please.
alright, 1 random resource.
For blue, and a prestige point for John.
Here, I'll trade you. Give me a fiber.
Did I figure out that I have needed?
No sé.
Yeah.
But before we get to you,
Yeah.
there's some
No,
here.
no, we're,
No,
this
we're
is the
still
one we're
Ah,
here,
okay.
yeah.
I'll take the stone back.
Okay, and then 1 prestige point for.
He got the stone already.
He got it already.
I
yeah.
took it already.
And then 1 prestige point for John before I move forward.
Didn't you give it?
No.
You gave it to him when you gave change.
No, he didn't give it to him when he.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
you did.
So I just
Yes,
got a
they-
prestige
yes, he
point.
did.
Yes. If this is that prestige
So
point, I got
yes.
This
it.
goes to Mike.
Yes,
when
that
you
goes
get
to
the
Mike
gold.
for that one.
Who got the gold on that one?
Why does
Oh,
why
wait,
does
no, Mike
no
used
why
his
I
own.
don't
Okay,
get
it was
one?
your
It's
own.
my own
He
building.
just gets the gold, which is good enough.
Yeah.
Food and a
Food
bolt
and a
for
bolt.
you. Yep. And then
2 wood for Mike,
2 prestige for me.
2 stone for whoever that is.
For
Me.
Ivan. And no prestige there. 2 food for me.
And a prestige for me.
prestige
For me,
And I get 2 stone and a cloth
and I get a free stone.
and a prestige point.
A free stone. And I get 2 wood, 1 cloth, 2 wood,
Thank you.
1 cloth,
And you get a
and
free wood. Mike.
and then you get to trade in
and I'm
up to
gonna
2
trade in
bolts
2 bolts
for 6
for
prestige
6
points.
points.
Here's 5.
And 1 prestige point for John.
Please.
1 for John.
Gimme.
Okay, then I can trade in meeples. I'm going to trade 3 for 2 gold and 1 prestige for Ivan. And then I can trade other resources for gold. I'm going to trade in 2 those for 2 gold
And a prestige for
and
me,
a
please.
prestige for John. Yep.
Okay. And then he's back there.
And then we're going to delivery. I will be delivering 2. I don't think it really matters other than the gold and food. and 2 of something.
Mm-hmm.
What resources are being asked for out there? Nothing really. Oh, cloth. Okay, I won't give cloth then, so I'll give up 2 wood. Okay, so 20 points, please.
It's crazy.
And I'm gonna deliver 3, so you'll still get the kings. Get 15.
No, he doesn't get the kings. You delivered 2. You delivered.
Oh, I thought he delivered 4.
No,
I
you
delivered 2.
You got.
I
You
have-
took my
I have-
Oh,
5.
you
I
took
took
the
her-
gold.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
jumped
so-
this and knowing I was going to do gold. Why not? It doubled the.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have the free at the end delivery.
But I'm not
you're
going
not
to
doing
at
it.
the moment.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then I guess
So you
I get
have King's favor.
So for King's favor, I want
King favor even matter in the last turn?
Well,
if you get it up
could,
here, it
yeah.
doesn't.
It could matter.
None of these affect at the end. So if you get it down here, that's pretty much the end phase. I mean, I guess you could build a monument.
I
Yeah.
could get extra people, or I could take a person to
But
do things.
for the last turn,
Yeah, for the
right?
last
Once
turn.
you
There's
get to the
still one
ninth
more.
turn,
Yeah.
without a doubt, now it matters. You want to pick wisely.
Oh
what
yeah,
you're
the
gonna,
last turn I don't think it does, because that's the end of it. Yeah, you're right.
whatever you're gonna do in your last turn is the character you want.
Well, it matters down here, but not up there.
Yeah.
I was saying up here.
Yeah, because it's long past anything being done, unless there. I mean, there were other characters, so
Yeah.
I don't know if there's something that steals gold bars or whatever.
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably not, but
Yeah.
Delivery. Rent. I'll take extra rent.
Extra rent. Okay.
so zoom now residence.
Flipping. John has the chance to buy.
What else out there? No,
You
I
can
don't have
buy
any.
a monument first.
But I don't have any gold.
Yeah,
to
you
do
need
something.
gold.
And then Ivan gets.
I don't have any gold either.
Has it, so that's that.
That's the end of monument building,
First player turn goes to me.
and we get our stuff.
So I get 4 people.
What is it? 4, right?
You get 4 because you just got 1 from the one you
Yes.
flipped.
So
These
3
need to
for
come off
me.
of here.
And food, please. Thank you. Okay. First player is John for the last turn.
So
So how do you determine who gets the first monument pick?
It's along
It's
the
in this
road.
order.
Like if you were walking down the road, whoever comes up first, that's
So
green.
so if you turn this into a residence, you're first.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So right now, currently you're first.
Yeah. Somebody else.
If somebody else builds the residence there, then they'll be first. Where did you go?
I went to 3
Oh.
resources.
why would you do this?
Because she doesn't like you.
Now I can't do a thing.
Life is harsh, man.
It is. Oh. That's pointless. That's equal to points.
Oh, I didn't get my bolt at the end of the previous phase. I just picked up my meeples.
I remember.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Well, poo on everyone is what I say. Stupid question. Can I share space with my own meeple?
No.
You guys suck. I will state that unequivocally.
No, that's why when you have that, you pre-plan the space you want.
Well,
and
it's
you
not
never go
even a
there
matter.
yourself.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I was doing. I was pre-planning the space I wanted, but not going there.
Right.
Kind of interesting. Not a lot of choices left. There's that, so that's cool. Where can I go potentially? But that doesn't get me a lot. That monument needs to. I'm confused. That over there is a monument. There we go.
So
These two are
golden
monument.
wood or 3 gold and 4 stone. You should block my getting that 4th
Yes,
stone.
I did.
So what's
I
on the
don't even
board?
think you knew you were
There's.
doing that.
I have the sharing. The Night Watchman allows me to share. That's extra victory points. And that
If you go up there with gold bars.
yeah, which I can't, but I can take it from you.
I don't have any
but
gold bars.
It's not you. It's she's in
Well,
the
yet.
lead probably. So extra delivery at the end of the thing. That could
Or
come in.
delivering anything.
Yeah, delivering anything might be the way to go. Ooh.
Also, that gives you you can deliver anything.
Right.
Another good option is the 2 rent for the
For the
last
buildings,
Look at
turn.
her,
and
don't
I
look at
got
me, don't
no.
look at me.
But I'm looking at right. I mean, if I look at who's on, that's 2, 4, 6
Yeah.
victory points, 8 victory points.
Yeah, versus,
Take it away from her, or well, either way, it's happening. So
Okay.
it's just a matter of what decision you make.
Alright. I am now
I mean,
passing.
she's got gold
Pass.
out the wazoo.
So y'all need to pay 2 to do anything now.
So,
That's acceptable.
what else is there even to do? Matter. That doesn't matter. Doesn't anything. Really? Guess now that I'm doing things that I do.
John's turn.
Is it?
Pass. Oh,
I
thought
just
you- oh,
passed.
Oh, yeah, it is your turn.
Yeah,
Pass,
Mike-
pass. Your
Mike
turn.
passed.
Okay,
Two meeples to-
way too fast.
2 meeples
Yeah,
to do
to
something.
do something. That's cool. Resources or meeples? Resources or meeples? Get an extra one over there. There's nothing going on over there. Sure, why not? Let's get some resources.
2.
And I pass. There's nothing I can do. Nothing that'll do anything because there's no next round.
Shall we
There is.
test?
I passed a long time ago.
Okay, that's fine. So then I will put here. Have an extra gold while I can.
And then you're done?
Yes.
Okay. So starting down here.
King's favorite.
So if I take that away from her, that gives you what? An extra how much?
What?
For every gold you deliver, what is that?
I don't
one?
have
That's
that.
over
He
here.
did
Got
it.
that one.
He took
Okay.
it from me.
But you don't have any gold, so it's gonna have to be you, Ivan. I'm sorry. Because that'll give me the ability to score 8 extra victory points this turn if they all fire.
Right. I'm not moving it.
I can't yet.
I'm not. Oh, actually, I do want to move it forward.
Yeah, you probably better move it at least 2,
Yeah, you might want to move it in.
because otherwise I'm going to move it backwards 1.
I was counting on you to move it, so you could get the benefit and I could get the 2 victory points. I mean, not that it matters, we're on the last turn, so these don't count for anything.
Well, yeah, but I'm still going to move it back if I can shut somebody down.
And
So you're moving it 2 or 1?
That was 1.
I'm gonna move it 3.
Okay.
Okay, and then I guess that.
John, you moving it? No, he wants these victory points.
No, I'm not moving it back if that's Trash, and there's no point in moving forward. Mike can move
So
it
you
back
can
now
move
if
one
he wants.
more.
I will traditionally move it forward.
To the end of the track.
You were all ready to go back, weren't you? Because I was getting...
Okay, first meeple on the board is
Yay,
Ivan
give me
for 3
3
meeples.
What are you gonna do with those?
These things.
Convert them into
And
things.
one,
Ah, yeah.
and 1 prestige point for me, please.
Okay, Mike, any resource?
Food.
And 2 victory points for John.
Please.
John
more singles again.
gets a gold.
Yay.
1 victory point for Mike.
You already gave me the 1.
For this one?
Oh,
with the
John's,
gold?
no, that one.
Yeah.
Here, 5.
And she gets...
I get a food and a thingy. Hold the
I get 2 woods and 1 victory point for red.
Yeah.
2.
1.
Oh, 1 for you.
He took
Right.
it from me.
Yeah.
Oh, what an idiot. I didn't place there, so I
2
can't go deliver.
stone
Oh, that was
and
stupid. Oh, well.
2 stone and 1 for.
I got the 1 for me.
I need 2 stone. Please.
Oh, is it you? Not John?
I was right here.
I didn't get any ore.
Okay.
Now you
Okay.
get 2.
2 food for me.
Uh, 2 stone and a bolt for John, and 1 victory point for Ivan.
I can't believe I didn't go to the market. I was being an idiot.
2 wood and a bolt for me. A wood and a victory point for
Got it.
Mike.
I got it already.
Okay. And then, did you get your ore over here, Ivan?
Oh, yeah, free ore. I can't do anything with it.
Trade in bolts for stuff.
Yes, for sure. 6 victory
2 for
points.
6.
And Ivan was there first.
So I'm going to do 3 for 2 gold.
I'm gonna do my measly 1 for 1 gold.
And you get 1 for
I get
John
one
using
for
it.
that. I'll do 2 stone for another gold.
For
And I
2
get-
gold,
Actually,
and 2 for John.
2 prestige points for John.
yeah. Did you guys calculate them over there too? At the
Yes.
double rate? Thank you.
And then
give me
trading in meeple.
One of those ones back.
One of these bolts back?
One. The 1 victory points. Give me one of those singles. Because it'll be this.
Oh, I see what you did.
Okay.
And how many
then
meeples you turning in there? 2 or
4.
4
for
for 6
6.
points for you, and 2 points for John.
I
John
give
got his 2 points.
There we go.
Okay.
And then
And
Now-
then we're at-
delivery.
It wasn't there, but
I can't believe I didn't put somebody there. Well, actually, I didn't
Delivery.
have enough left.
Delivery 3 times. 15 points, please.
I will do the same. 2 and 3.
Oh boy, I get King's favor for no particular reason.
Enjoy. What would you like?
Let's see. Do meeples do me any good? No.
Probably not. No.
Because I don't want to trade it. I have 1
Okay.
resource. I could get 5 meeples.
We'll
So
finish out the thing, right? Or do we? Just...
I've got King's favor.
So,
yes.
I like
What
this
would you
thing,
like?
but when somebody's sending a group text message, it takes 6 hours to go through everybody's name before I actually get.
Okay. Let's end turn.
So did you want the?
Okay. No, he took my thing.
Oh, okay.
It didn't
Whatever
matter.
reason. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't matter.
To be spiteful.
Well,
Okay.
you could have got the 2 prestige.
Convert to
Well, yes, I will.
we do the monument thing first, right? Like they get the last chance to buy their...
Well, was there a residential thing?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
2 residents that can turn to monuments if people can
No,
afford
nobody
them.
turned into a residence though.
No,
No, but there's
but
2
he can.
here.
He can do the one.
Yeah.
There
No,
was
no.
He can
no
do this
residence. Nobody converting into a residence goes first.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
No.
So there's no flipping, is what he's saying.
No.
Yeah.
And then
Then we go to building
monuments, if you
monuments.
can afford it. It starts with John.
He can afford
Wood
this.
and gold, yes, for 4. What did that get me?
It would have given you 2 meeples at the next start. And then can you afford a
No.
stone? No.
You blocked on my stone.
Yeah, I had the same problem. Stone and gold, there was no way to get it.
Okay, so now we get 2 victory points per gold.
Correct.
Can I get 2, please?
I get
Give
8.
me a single. Give me 8.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna give you 2 ones and
Yeah.
just give me a 10.
And I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Also.
And we just count it up, right?
Yep.
Jesus. There's got to be a better way to do this.
Well, you can do it.
I
You
get,
can do it like this.
well, I'm working on it. I'm just like, it's rather fiddly. Jesus.
I just line them up like this in
Mm.
tens.
That's what I'm working on.
That's what I do too.
The whole line of
74.
10. The whole line of tens.
30.
More than I thought I was doing, but I think
Well,
I'm
I knew I had a
last.
bunch, but I still don't think anything's close to hers.
No, she's just rocking it. It's just like
Yeah.
nuts.
I think you guys you were the only one in the running to beat her. I think, but yeah.
Six, 9, 10, 3, 6, and 9. So this is just shy of so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 79.
89.
106.
Don't want to talk to you anymore. What did you have?
74.
So I'm last. No, I was 79.
Yeah,
I beat
I
you,
knew
but
I
I a
was
whole
last.
5 points. Oh yeah, you just like we're so far behind.
I thought I was much further behind. than
I thought
ended
so,
up
but
being.
you racked up a whole bunch of points there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why getting this was important for me because that was literally 8 points this last round. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would have been in last place. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. Give you our impressions
need a bunch
here
of baggies out
in
of
a
the
couple of
drawers.
minutes.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye. 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 Bye.